Let me ask you something. When was the last time you really looked at your cat? Not just glanced at them, not just filled their bowl or moved them off your keyboard. I mean, really looked. Because right now, as you're watching this, there's a good chance your cat is somewhere nearby. Maybe they're on the couch. Maybe they're at the edge of the bed. Maybe they're doing that thing where they just sit and stare at you for no obvious reason. And you probably thought nothing of it. But here's what I want you to consider. Every single thing your cat does, every tiny, weird, seemingly random behavior, it means something. Cats don't do things by accident. They don't have the social pressure humans have to perform or pretend. They don't fake it. Which means when a cat does something, it's real, it's honest, it's intentional. And today, I'm going to show you 15 of those behaviors. Behaviors that your cat may have been doing for months, maybe years. Behaviors that, once you understand what they actually mean, are going to completely change how you see your relationship with your cat. By the end of this video, I want you to count, keep a mental tally. How many of these does your cat do? Because if the number is high, and I have a feeling for a lot of you it will be, it means something really specific, something that most cat owners never fully realize. It means your cat didn't just accept you, they chose you, deeply, completely, the way a kitten chooses its mother. Let's get into it, starting with number 1, and this one is probably happening in your home right now. The belly display. Your cat walks into the room, sees you, and then flops. Rolls completely onto its back, paws in the air, belly fully exposed, looking at you with those half-closed eyes like they don't have a single care in the world. And you probably think, oh, they want belly rubs. Here's the truth. That's almost never what's happening. I know, it feels like an invitation, it looks like one, but if you've ever reached down to pet that belly and immediately had your hand grabbed, scratched, or bitten, now you know why. That wasn't a betrayal, that was a misunderstanding. You read the signal wrong, and honestly, most people do. So what is actually happening? Think about what the belly is, anatomically. That soft, unprotected underside is where every single vital organ in your cat's body sits. Heart, lungs, digestive system. No thick fur protecting it, no bone shielding it, nothing between those organs and the outside world. In the wild, and remember, domestic cats are only a few thousand years removed from wild cats, exposing that area to the wrong creature is one of the most dangerous things a cat can do. Predators know exactly where to strike. Every survival instinct a cat has screams to protect that spot at all times. And yet, your cat rolls over and exposes it to you, voluntarily, completely, without hesitation. Not to your roommate, not to the friend who's been visiting every weekend for 3 years, not to the person who feeds them, plays with them, loves them. To you specifically. And the detail that most people miss completely, it doesn't matter whether they let you touch it. That's not the point. Whether they accept the belly rub or immediately wrap both paws around your wrist the moment you reach down, neither of those responses changes what the display itself means. The roll, the exposure, the fact that they did it at all, that fast, the moment you appeared, that's the message. That's your cat's nervous system saying, this person makes me feel safe enough to be completely unguarded. And that feeling, that level of safety, you cannot create it with treats. You cannot train it. You cannot buy it. It develops slowly, quietly, through 1,000 small moments of consistency and presence. And your cat has been building it with you, whether you realized it or not. Now, belly trust is one thing, but what your cat does with its tongue gets into something even older, even more deliberate. Grooming you. Your cat licks you. Maybe it's your hand while you're watching TV. Maybe it's your hair when you're lying in bed. Maybe it's your face at 6 a.m. when you were very much not ready to be awake yet. And your reaction is probably somewhere between, "Aw, that's sweet," and "Okay, that's enough." Maybe you laugh it off, maybe you pull away, and then you move on with your day without really thinking about what just happened. Here's what actually happened. In the feline world, grooming,
What researchers call allo-grooming is not a casual behavior. It's not something cats do with just anyone. It's not even something cats do with other cats they simply live with or tolerate. Allo-grooming happens between cats that have made a specific decision about each other, a decision that essentially translates to, this one is mine, this one is family, this one I am responsible for. Think about where this behavior starts. Mother cats groom their kittens from the very first moments of life. It's how they bond them. It's how they calm them when they're distressed. It's how they communicate something that has no words. I see you. I'm here. You're safe. I've got you. Kittens who are groomed by their mothers show measurably lower stress hormones. Their nervous systems settle. Their breathing slow. The grooming itself is a biological signal that says you are cared for. When your cat grooms you, they have placed you in that exact category. Not as an owner, not as a food source, not as a roommate they've gotten used to, as someone they feel genuinely responsible for, someone worth caring for, someone they want to tend to. That rough little tongue on your skin isn't weird, it isn't random. It is one of the most deliberate, meaningful things your cat knows how to do. It's them extending the most intimate behavior in their entire social vocabulary to you. They're saying without words, in the only language they have, you are mine, and I look after mine. Let that sit for a second. Now, here's one that people almost always misread, and the misread actually makes owners feel rejected when they should feel the opposite. Sitting just within reach. Your cat is near you, but not on you. Maybe they're on the other end of the couch. Maybe they're on the floor, a couple of feet away. Maybe they're sitting on the armchair nearby, looking vaguely in your direction. Not asking for anything, not meowing, not demanding pets, just there, nearby, in your orbit. And almost every cat owner I've ever talked to reads this the same way. Oh, they're in their own world right now. They don't want affection. They're ignoring me. That reading is completely wrong. Animal behaviorists have a specific term for what your cat is doing. They call it affiliative proximity. And in cats, who are by nature solitary, highly independent animals who do not need social company the way dogs or humans do, choosing to position themselves near another being is not casual. It is not default behavior. It is a deliberate choice. Your cat has the entire house, every room, every surface, every warm patch of sunlight on every floor. They could literally be anywhere. They chose to be within arm's reach of you. And not just close, but at a specific distance, close enough to feel connected, far enough to maintain their own autonomy. That balance, that's intentional. It's not indifference. It's actually the most emotionally sophisticated thing your cat does. Here's the parallel that makes it click. When kittens are growing up and starting to develop independence from their mothers, they do exactly this. They stop needing to be physically held or constantly touched, but they don't go far. They stay within a certain radius, learning through experience that love doesn't require constant contact to be real, that safety doesn't have to be held in your arms to exist, that presence alone is enough. Your cat already learned that lesson, and they're applying it to your relationship. The cat sitting quietly nearby, apparently unbothered, is not indifferent to you. They are actively choosing your presence as the place they want to exist in, right now, in this moment, out of every option they have. That's not nothing. That's quietly everything. But as telling as physical proximity is, nothing reveals how your cat feels about you more completely than what happens when they fall asleep.
Sleeping on you or beside you. Sleep is when a cat is completely, totally defenseless. Eyes closed, every muscle relaxed, zero awareness of surroundings, no reaction time, no escape plan. In the wild, that moment of vulnerability in the wrong location is the moment you don't survive. So where a cat chooses to sleep isn't a small decision. It's the most important decision they make every single day. You have their entire house available to them, every warm surface, every soft corner, every patch of afternoon sunlight on the floor. Infinite options. They choose you. Or right beside you, close enough to feel your warmth, your breathing, the slight rise and fall of your chest. A study in animal behavior found that cats sleep nearest to the individual they're most securely attached to. Not the warmest spot, not the softest surface, the person. When your cat closes their eyes next to you, they've made a very specific calculation. This is the safest place I know. You became that place. Not because of food, not because of routine, because of something they feel when they're near you that they don't feel anywhere else. Something that tells their nervous system, here you can let go. Sleeping on your clothes. You come home, and there's your cat curled up on the shirt you left on the chair, the hoodie you threw on the bed this morning. Not the clean laundry, not the freshly washed blanket, specifically the clothes that smell like you. This isn't random, and it isn't laziness. Research on feline separation behavior shows that cats with strong attachment bonds experience real distress when their primary person leaves. Not dramatic distress, a quiet one, a low-level restlessness, a searching. And the way they cope is by finding the closest thing to you that remains. Your scent is a biological signal to their nervous system. It doesn't mean owner, it means safety, calm, you. When they close their eyes next to you, they've made a very specific calculation. This is the safest place I know. You became that place, not because of food, not because of routine, because of something they feel when they're near you that they don't feel anywhere else. Something that tells their nervous system, here you can let go. Watch this very carefully next time. Someone visits. Your cat might appear, might sniff around the edges of the room, might disappear entirely. Polite at best, indifferent at worst. Then you walk in. Tail goes straight up, a small sound, a chirp, a trill, something warm and completely involuntary. They move toward you immediately, weaving between your legs, head bumping your hand before you've even put your bag down. Nobody else gets that. Nobody. The tail-up greeting is documented in feline research as a behavior that develops specifically between a kitten and its mother. It signals complete recognition of a trusted caregiver. Adult cats almost never do it with other cats. They reserve it for the humans they fully bonded to. And that quiver at the very tip of their tail when they see you? Researchers identify that as an involuntary excitement response. They cannot control it. They cannot perform it on command. You walk in, and something in your cat just responds. That's not a trained behavior. That's not routine. That's not habit. That's someone who genuinely missed you. Sitting on your things. You put your laptop down. Cat sits on it. You spread papers out. Cat sits on them. You open a book. Cat physically inserts themselves between you and the page. The easy explanation, cats are weird. The real explanation is more human than most people expect. When you give sustained attention to something, your phone, your screen, your work, your cat notices the shift. The focus that was on them is now somewhere else, and they don't like it. So they do exactly what a small child does when a parent gets too absorbed in their phone. They close the distance physically. They put themselves between you and the thing competing for your attention. It's not territorial in the traditional sense. It's possessive in the most affectionate sense. They want your eyes back, your presence, your focus, not because they're demanding, because they've gotten genuinely used to you, and your distraction feels to them like a small absence. They'd rather have you completely present, always, following you room to room. You get up, they get up. Kitchen, they appear. Bathroom, they're at the door. Bedroom, somehow they're already there. Standard explanation, curiosity. But curiosity lasts 30 seconds. This is something else entirely. Researchers at Oregon State University studied this. They found that cats who have formed deep human bonds follow their person through the home using the exact same psychological mechanism as securely attached infants following a parent. Not because they want something from you, because being near you regulates them. When you're in the room, something settles in them. Stress hormones drop, heart rate steadies. Something in their system just relaxes. You became their anchor, their reference point, the thing their nervous system quietly checks in with throughout the day. They're not following you, they're making sure they never lose track of you. The sleeping paw. They're not on top of you, not asking for attention, already asleep or nearly there, but one paw, light, almost weightless, rests on you. That small thing is one of the most deliberate gestures in your cat's entire behavioral vocabulary. Remember, sleep is maximum vulnerability. Eyes closed, every defense completely down, their most unguarded state. And in that moment, their body reaches out to make sure you're still there. A contact check, a silent reassurance, mid-sleep, unconscious. Mothers do this with newborns. That involuntary reach in the middle of the night, just to feel them breathing, just to confirm they're there.
Your cat does it to you. One paw, barely touching, but staying connected to you even while unconscious. Because even in sleep, losing you is something their body simply refuses to accept. The slow blink. Your cat looks at you from across the room, holds the gaze, and then slowly, deliberately closes their eyes halfway. Most owners smile and look away. They don't realize they just received something significant. Direct eye contact in the animal world is almost universally a threat, a challenge. Staring means aggression. It means dominance. It means I'm watching you and I'm not comfortable. But your cat holds your gaze and then softens it, intentionally, slowly. Researchers call this the slow blink. It's documented as a signal of deep trust and non-threatening intent. Your cat's way of saying, I see you, and I'm completely at ease with you. What most owners miss is that it's also an invitation. When your cat slow blinks at you, they're waiting to see if you speak the same language. Try it. Hold their gaze gently, blink slowly. Watch what happens. Some cats slow blink back immediately. Some walk straight toward you. Some settle deeper into wherever they're sitting because you just told them in their own language that you're relaxed too. You just had a conversation. Most people never even notice it's happening. The sound made just for you. Here's a fact that genuinely stops people. Adult cats don't meow at other cats, almost never. Kittens meow at their mothers. It's a need signal. I'm here, I need something, pay attention to me. But as cats grow up, they communicate with each other through scent and body language. Meowing fades away. Except when it comes to you. Researchers studying feline communication found that cats actually develop individualized vocalizations for their bonded humans, sounds customized unconsciously over months and years specifically for that one person. Your cat has a meow for hunger, a different one for attention, a trill for when they're genuinely happy to see you, maybe a small chirp that means nothing except, hey, I noticed you. None of those sounds exist for anyone else. They built a private language just for you, without being asked, without even realizing it. And every time they meow at you, they're choosing to reach out, to speak, to connect. They only do that with the ones that matter. Choosing you in a crowd. People are over. Friends, family, the house is full, conversation is high. Your cat enters the room, scans it, takes in every single person there, and walks straight to you. Not the person who called to them, not the one who offered a treat, not the one who tried the hardest. You.
Studies on cat social preference found that these choices are made purely based on emotional bond, not resource availability, not familiarity with others, not habit. Your cat looked at every option in that room, ran the calculation in a split second, and came to you. In a space full of humans, your cat already knows which one is theirs. They've always known. They just keep proving it, quietly, consistently, in moments exactly like this one. Turning your back to you. Your cat settles next to you and faces completely away. Most owners feel slightly ignored, a little dismissed, like they did something wrong. They didn't. In the animal world, turning your back means exactly one thing. I am not watching for threats from this direction, which means I trust whatever is behind me to keep me safe, completely, without question. Your cat has closed her eyes to the room and handed your security to you, silently, without ceremony. She's not ignoring you. She's depending on you in the deepest, quietest way she knows how. The cat that faces away while resting next to you trusts you more than the one that stays alert in your presence. Because real trust isn't always loud. It isn't always visible. Sometimes it's a cat turned away, completely at peace, because you're there. The full body roll. You walk in, they see you, and then flop. Complete body roll, right in front of you. Legs in the air, belly exposed, eyes soft and half closed. It's adorable. Everyone knows it's adorable. But watch the timing. That roll happened immediately, the second they saw you, before you'd put your things down, before you'd said a word. Not after 10 minutes of warming up, not after they'd processed your arrival. Immediately, instinctively. Because seeing you triggered something, a rush of safety so fast, so complete, that their entire body just let go. All the quiet tension cats carry through their day, the low-level vigilance that never fully turns off, gone the second you walked through that door. That's not a greeting, that's a response. Their nervous system exhaling because you arrived. And when you arrive, everything feels safe again. Watching you while you sleep. You wake up in the middle of the night, and there she is, sitting, perfectly still, watching you sleep. Not hungry, not restless, not wanting anything, just watching. And maybe it felt strange, maybe a little sweet, but unexplainable. Here's what's actually happening. Cats who guard their sleeping owners display what researchers call elevated environmental scanning. They're actively monitoring, checking sounds, movement, anything that shifts in the environment around the person they've bonded to. She's not being strange, she's keeping watch. No one asked her to, no one trained her to. There's no reward in it, nothing to gain. She does it because at some point, without a ceremony, without a decision she could even name, you became someone worth protecting. You became her person. And she would stand watch over you every single night for the rest of her life, whether you ever knew about it or not. So, how many? Go through that list right now, genuinely count them up, and drop your number in the comments below, because I have a feeling a lot of you are sitting there realizing your cat has been saying all of this for a long time. You just didn't know the language. Now you do. And if your cat does all 15, you're not just a cat owner. You've been fully, completely adopted by someone who doesn't do that for just anyone. Drop your number below. Share this with someone whose cat clearly chose them, and I'll see you in the next one.